show. Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You are watching live with LWL Lindsay with love. Today, why do I say it like that every time? Like, it's like jazz hands. Today is Monday, April 21st, 2025. Good morning, VIP Aaron, to the show. Welcome if you are new to me. Hi, I'm Lindsay, and I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet, and I do that through many different ways, but most importantly, through teaching you who you are energetically and spiritually, reminding you you are an energetic being. And typically that involves releasing some limiting beliefs, reprogramming the subconscious mind to success so you can actually transform your reality in the way that you desire. Today is an exciting show, you guys. I'm kind of doing a little bit of an impromptu, let me plug my phone in real quick, a little bit impromptu show. I'm going to share with you some things that I experienced over the weekend, and I think you'll gain some maybe insight or maybe like some moments of realization. I feel like the sun is like, the sun is sunning today, and it's doing that thing where it goes in and out of the clouds. I just feel like I look really like my makeup is really heavy. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Whatever. Who cares? All right, let's take a deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go. I'm amped up. I had a new idea come into my brain this weekend, and in typical Lindsay fashion, I went right to work, like really 0 to 100. Like I'm already ready to like go live with it. I have a couple of tweaks I want to make, but I'm mostly ready to go live. I'm like, 10% away, and I'm super excited for it. I don't think I'm going to tell you guys about it quite yet. I think I want to get it going a little bit, and then I'll share with you what's going on. See, the sun is sunning. The sun is sunning. Oh, wrong way. Okay, good morning, Rose the storyteller. Good morning, VIP Catherine. Good morning, VIP Aaron in the house. Where else? Who else is here? If you're new here, please say hello. Smiley face is in the house. All right. So. What a weekend. Good morning, Sarah on YouTube. All right. Whew. Where do I begin this weekend? I wrote down some notes. So this show is going to be all about kind of understanding your signs, and I always share my signs, my experiences. Sometimes they are very meaningful, sometimes they're not at all meaningful. They're just more so confirmations, which are still quite meaningful. But I like to share my experiences with you on my journey so that you can understand how. Good morning. Somebody is interested in contacting the creator. Interesting. Good morning, VIP Jules. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Snowbear6666. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. So I share them with you so you guys can understand what the heck's going on in your lives. Maybe you'll start to open up your mind and start to realize, oh, that was actually a confirmation. Oh, that was actually a sign. Oh, that was guidance toward whatever, right? So I read some very profound things. Good morning, VIP Deborah. Good morning, VIP Jules. Good morning, Annette Must Love Travel. Welcome back to the show. I read some interesting things over the weekend I'm going to share with you, but I'll also share with you my own personal experiences. The first experience I had happened on Thursday. You guys know I didn't go live on Friday. I took the entire day off, minus 10 minutes of posting a TikTok video. Why? Because ultimately, as an entrepreneur, there are really technically no days off, but it doesn't feel like work. It's a 10-minute TikTok post, right? So who cares? I did that because I'm a consistent, disciplined girly, and I know that if I continue to move toward my goals must appear into my reality. So I took the 10 minutes to make my post, but the rest of the day was not work at all. I woke up in the morning, life was good. I was just lounging on Friday morning. Oh, but we've got to go to Thursday night. Okay, so Thursday night, my partner and I go out to dinner. He's like, I booked us a dinner reservation to kind of kick off the weekend. And I was like, okay, that's very nice of you. And we went to a restaurant. Good morning, VIP Deborah. Good morning, VIP Brenda. Thank you for the heart me, VIP Aaron. We went to a restaurant. Happy Monday, VIP Brenda. I love that. It is a good Monday. We went to a restaurant that we've been to before. There's not many to choose from where I live. Well, there is, but not ones that I really want to dine at. It's kind of tricky in the South because everybody, it's like very meat focused, and I'm vegetarian, sometimes pescatarian, kind of flexitarian, but I don't eat meat, like bite into it. And so it's kind of challenging in the South because everyone eats a lot of meat here. So that was something I noticed when I moved from California. It was kind of tricky for me. Anyway, we go to this restaurant, and I always order the same thing because it's like the two things I can eat on the menu. And I started with this little cheese board. It's a small cheese board, so it's like we can share it, and if my partner has a couple bites, it's like not gonna go to waste. And I'm not a big blue cheese girly. So I don't hate it, but it's not my preference. So typically I'll ask them, can you switch out the blue cheese for something else? And typically they say, yes, we can do like an extra piece of this or split it or whatever. And I just say, you know what, chef's choice, like whatever, just if we could avoid the blue cheese. Then there's this salad that I love. It's like a strawberry salad, and it has strawberries and pecan, like candied pecans or walnuts, and it has some sort of like orange vinaigrette dressing of sorts. It's really, really nice. It's a light salad, but it comes with blue cheese crumbles. Wait, okay, I take that back. Reverse that. There are two salads. One comes with blue cheese crumbles. One's a strawberry salad with feta crumbles, okay? So I order the strawberry salad because I don't like blue cheese crumbles, and I'm like, the strawberry salad's really nice. The last time we went to this restaurant, you guys, we had the same girl that served us, that was waiting on us, and I ordered the exact same thing. I ordered the cheese board without the blue cheese, and then the salad that comes with feta, okay? The last time I ordered that dinner, she brought me out the salad that comes with blue cheese. And I was like, oh, this is actually not the right salad. Don't really like blue cheese. I ordered the one with feta. Why did the exact same thing, like repeat every single detail, happen again at that restaurant? I was like, am I in some weird timeline lapse? Did I just time travel? Like, what is happening? Like, I didn't expect it, right? It wasn't like I went in there expecting that would happen, because it was just like a one-off experience, right? So I could see like maybe I had, gone in with some sort of weird expectation that I was gonna get this exact same experience, but I didn't. I was just like, okay, I really like that restaurant. I was excited to go. Isn't that strange? I thought it was kind of weird. I didn't really think, like, I thought to myself, that's an odd experience to do it twice. To make it true, I guess. I don't know. Illuminance, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. Oh, Lindsay, calm down, girl. Allie Bruce, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting way to start off the weekend. And I think it was actually like a nice kind of like foreshadowing to the weekend, because my intuition was wildly spot on all weekend long. Like, I was predicting shit before it happened all weekend. So we'll get into that next. So Friday, we were at the pool. Life is good. I woke up at my leisure. I did my thing. We floated. Well, my partner floated in the pool. I lied out. I was reading my book. And I was just like really like feeling so good. It was just like a really good day of like refreshing. Then on Friday night, I had this really strange freaking dream. I'm going to try to explain it to you. It's hard because when you're a lucid dreamer, when you're somebody who dreams really profoundly, it's like the dream is very like, wow. And then you wake up and you try to, like, I tried to write it out in words and I was like, this sounds so lame. Like, like I can't even begin to like explain the feeling I had. Like it felt like I was being like coded. I don't know, that sounds kind of weird, but like, do you ever have experiences where specifically like that experience has immediately changed your reality? That's how it felt in my dream. I felt like I was being given this very profound information, and it was given to me in a way vibrationally that truly affected my frequency when I woke up in the morning. That's how it felt. It was very, very, very interesting. Okay, love my hair color. I'm beautiful. Well, thank you, Allie. That's super sweet to say. I got it from my mama, and she got it from her mama. And to have red hair, you have to have both sides. So technically my great aunt Susie as well. Okay. So I was having this dream about identity, specifically around manifesting physical things, and a mindset shift that might help some of you as it relates to manifestation, right? Because I think it might be challenging for people to say, well, I brought this into my reality. Like, I created this in a physical form. And so maybe we could shift it to, I shifted energetically in a way that my reality had to shift. So it wasn't that I technically moved a mountain, so to speak. I found myself in a frequency where the mountain was no longer an obstacle, and because it was no longer an obstacle, it disappeared in front of my eyes, right? It's very hard for me to describe, and perhaps I'm not quite ready to explain it, but I had this dream about identity, and it was starting with me being halfway through something. Now, we talk about this a lot, you guys, because getting halfway through a manifestation is very important to understand. Don't look back. Don't turn around. You're not going backwards. You're not going that way. What does turning around look like? Self-doubt, revisiting the story, wondering when it's going to happen for you, sharing it with somebody and somebody saying, yeah, right, that will take forever, and then you believing it. Really focused in on time, focused in on your physical reality. That's what, to me, turning around looks like. Don't look back. You don't need to look back. You're not going back. You already know what's back there because you've already manifested all of that. There's no reason to turn around, right? And so I was in my dream and I was like halfway in the middle, and it was not in the middle of like me marching toward a manifestation. It was like me in the middle of like embodying a new frequency that is, I am now this person. So it's two different ideas. One is I manifested this car. The other is I became this person. And because I became this person, one that was worthy and deserving and knew I was going to look hot in this car, it found me. And we matched up, and now it's in my life, right? I manifested this car versus I became this person who saw myself in the car. I was driving the car. I was worthy of the car. My hair was flowing in the car. I looked good in the car. People talked to me about my car. And then boom, now my car is here. I moved the mountain. I no longer view the mountain as any sort of obstacle. I view it as a fun, exciting journey. Which path will it lead me to? How will I go up that mountain? Which way will it take me? And all of a sudden it disappears. I moved the mountain physically. I embodied a version of myself that doesn't see it as a challenge. Two different things, two very different energies, right? Sabrina, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Hello, Sabrina. Lizzie's in the house. VIP. Brenda says, dreams always throw me off. I need to write them down. Amen to that. Kristen Nicole, good morning. Welcome to the chat. All right. So I was halfway through this like coding, this frequency coding of sorts. And it was really just about the loss of the coding if you were to turn back. And so rather than thinking of yourself when you're in the middle of a manifestation of like, if I turn back, I'm going to lose the steps that I took to get here. It's like, no, you're losing like the coding. Like you're basically like, you have written out the coding. You've been coding. I'm writing my code. I'm Lindsay. I'm super empowered. I'm wildly confident. I have so many followers. I make a shit ton of money because I share really powerful knowledge on the internet. Everybody is attracted to me because they want to learn these things. I'm coding, right? And then you turn around in the self-doubt, in the looking back, and whatever. And it's like you're deleting the lines of coding that you just wrote out. That was the feeling. And it was like, rather than you deleting the manifestation, you were like, I was like deleting energy of that is me. It was so crazy, guys. I wish I could make it more like, my body is chills. Like, I wish I could send it to you in that chilling way, because it was just like, whoa. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I will not delete my coding. Noted. Now, of course, you want to delete the coding that's bullshit, right? The crappy coding that's like junk coding that is not moving you toward your reality. So it was basically about like creating your identity and then acting the identity out. And when you act out the identity, here is the identity, Lindsay in the new car. Lindsay in the new car is driving, the wind is in her hair, she's listening to her favorite song. People are like, ooh, who's that girl? And I'm feeling good, and somebody's talking to me about my car when I pull up, right? That is the identity. So I act that identity out, even in this current reality. Who gives a shit? I used to drive a like little Kia Rio putt-putt car. I bought it because I was commuting hours and hours and hours every single day. I was like, I don't want to spend a shit ton of money on a car. I just need something to get me there and back. I don't care, right? I didn't really care. But I did, after a while, think like, it would be nice to have a nicer car. Then I started envisioning myself in my Kia, my little Kia. Cute. It's like might as well have been a golf cart, it felt like, right? It's this small little car. And I'm driving, but I'm like in my sports car. I'm looking good. Life is good, right? And I am doing all the things. I am embodying, I'm acting out that identity, and then boom, it lands in the reality. Like, that actually is a true story that happened to me that was very surprising and very unexpected, but that's what happened. And I didn't say anything to anybody. I was just pretending in my own little world. Delulu is a Salulu type of energy. So step one, what is the identity? That's why when people say script out your life, that's why it's really important, right? Because if you don't have a scene, but manifesting is all about acting. If you don't have a scene, how do you know how to act? My scene, okay. For example, one of them I'm working on right now is that I'm a disciplined yoga girly. And we're going to get to that in 1 second, because that's already a real thing. I've created the habit at this point. I've created that person. But for a while, I was not that person. But then I started to think, like, well, what is the scene? Like, how does a disciplined yoga girly act? What does she wear? What does her body look like? What does her skin look like? What is her confidence level? What is her mindset? Because hot yoga on a Sunday morning for an hour and a half is a mental workout, right? So I started thinking about this person. And I was like, she's got a beautiful hourglass shape. Her stomach is super flat. She's got a cute little butt cheeks that match her body and her frame. They're not overwhelming. It's just a nice body. Her hair is nice and long. She puts it in a braid during yoga, and she connects and traps in all that powerful energy while she's doing her poses, and she feels really good after. And on the way to the yoga studio, she doesn't fight it. She just knows it's part of her routine. I started acting out that life. I was like, this is my life. When I look in the mirror, that's what I see. And then, boom, Sunday morning rolls around. And Cosmic Collective members, you already know the story because I shared it with you on Discord. And I look at the yoga studio class schedule, and I see the instructor, and I'm like, oh. Last time I went to this girl, whew, thought I was going to pass out for real. And I just thought to myself, like, oh. And my man is lying in bed. It's about 7:30. Yoga starts at 9:30. We leave at 9 to get there on time, get our spot, whatever, get comfy, cozy before class starts. And he's like, did you see who's instructing? And I said, I did. And it was Easter Sunday. Now, I'm not going to church, and I didn't celebrate Easter Sunday in the way that Catholics do, that's how I was raised, but I still like to celebrate, the energy of the day. I think it's a beautiful story. And I was like, there's a billion reasons I would not go to this yoga studio today. There are a billion. First, my allergies were allerging. The pollen is crazy right now. But I was like, you know what? I am in control of my allergies, so I let that shit go, right? Then it was Easter. Then I was like, we could go to brunch. Because, I have not gone to a Sunday brunch in forever. Why? Because I go to yoga on Sundays, right? So there was all these ideas in my mind, and I was like, no. You know exactly what to do, which means you get up out of bed, you take a shower, rinse off, you tie your hair in a braid, you put your yoga outfit on, you look cute, and you go to class. Why? Because you're a yoga girly. So if you're a yoga girly that can look at herself in the mirror and say, you're a Sunday morning yoga girly with your hot body and your long hair and your glowing skin and your positive mental attitude and your discipline now and this mental fortitude that's being built, then you go to yoga, right? It's like you don't even have to think about it. And that is what I created just recently for myself. And I'm very proud of that one because it's taken me a long time. I've been doing this yoga for like 5 years on and off. It has taken me a long time to become a yoga, like a legit Bikram yoga. Now, granted, I'm going Sunday mornings once a week, but hey, once a week is enough to change your body and your mindset. So for now, I am a once a week Bikram yoga girly. And I'm very proud of that. All you have to do is create the identity. What is the scene? The scene is this. Now I have a scene and I know how to act in the scene. So then I go into the scene acting the way that I know how to do because I know what the scene is. And then eventually now I am that person. It's not that tricky, right? It didn't require me to physically change my body. I changed my brain. My body is going with it. It has to. It has no choice, right? It has no choice. Okay, weird people in the comments. I'm not lying. I don't lie about this kind of shit. So, bye. All right. If you are rude, you're gonna get blocked. I don't know why somebody's coming in all rude to me. Chris needed some attention. Bye, Chris. Okay. Laura, thank you for the rose. Jen, welcome to the show. VIP Deborah says, proud of you. Thank you. VIP Art says, so it's interesting to hear the identities we create. It took me years to... What's your current identity, right? What's your identity? What is the coding? What are you putting into the code? What is the scene that you've set? What is that identity? So you guys know I started getting a lot of report orders and I was sitting there typing at my desk all day, typing and typing and typing. And I was like, this isn't the business I wanted. I didn't want to have like a whole job for myself. I was trying to create more of a passive income streams, right? And I'm typing and I'm typing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the wrong identity. The money, thank you. The sitting at the desk, no thank you, right? And so now you know that my current manifestation is building out more of a passive flow of income streams. So old identity is moving away. I don't have to look back. I already know I created that. I'm not interested in that. And I don't really need to freak out right now because I know that every time I take a step toward my passive income streams, it has got to be so. Why? Because I'm changing my identity. I went from identity successful business owner. I guess I forgot the part about how the income streams were flowing to me, working all the time, to successful business owner with lots of personal freedom, the freedom of time, the freedom of finances, fun, flexible, free. I'm fun, flexible, and free. I live a fun, flexible, free life. I live a fun, flexible, free life, right? And I mantra and I mantra and I mantra and I set the scene. What does that look like? She goes to the pool. She takes her breaks to go on her walks. She sits down at lunch away from her computer, which I do. She sits on the balcony or the patio and gets some sun for 10 minutes in the afternoon, which I do. She does her laundry when she feels like it. She makes the bed. She's moving and grooving throughout the day, not so tied to her computer. And as I embody and I have the scene, I know the scene, I know how to act, I know how to act, I know how to act, boom, it must be so. It must come to life. It must. Good morning, VIP Lisa. Welcome to the show. VIP Erin says, so interesting to hear the different identities we create. It took me years I had to undo the story of what I thought a yoga girl should look like. I love this. It's our own. VIP Erin, everything is coming very choppy to own visions. Yes, exactly. Well, that's the interesting thing, you guys. That's why I remind you. VIP Jewel says 100. I feel like I'm an entirely different person from who I was just a few months ago. Yeah, and so you start to see the changes and the shifts in your internal mindset, and you start to see them in the physical reality. And guess what? It gets very exciting to continue on the journey. Why? Because you're starting to see the shifts, right? So when you start to see the shifts, you're like, hell yeah, like let's keep going, right? Let's keep going. And this is why I remind you guys all the time to define things on your own terms. What is your term for what a yoga girly is? What is your definition of what a successful business owner is? What is your definition of what success even is, right? It's different for everybody. If you're a successful business, likely it means money is coming in. If you're a successful person that doesn't run a business, maybe it has nothing to do with money, right? You are not valuable based on the dollars that you bring in. You are valuable, fully valuable, because you exist. You are so valuable. If your energy was not here, by the way, the earth would be completely different. The whole world would be completely different because you're the only one that brings your energy to this earth. That's so empowering in and of itself, right? So beautiful. So don't forget that. Thank you for the donut and lighting up my gift gallery, VIP Erin. Yeah, pick your definition. What is your definition? Good morning, Lisa, VIP Lisa. Blair, good morning. First time here. Well, welcome, Blair, to the show. VIP Erin says there's a comment in the middle there. Yeah, I caught it. Sierra, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. All right. Love this, Lisa says. Well, thanks for being here. VIP Catherine says 100, a different person. Yeah, for sure. For sure, VIP Catherine. Okay. So once again, I had this idea of you're not trying to amass something in the physical. Get yourself out of the physical, right? Get yourself out of the five senses and just start embodying the version. If you are, for example, trying to be somebody who is a marathon runner, then wouldn't the scene be that you're crossing the finish line with your arms in the air, like, I did it, so happy, and you've got people congratulating you at the finish line, right? And so what does a marathon runner do? What actions do they take? Well, they start running every single day, right? One would assume if you are a runner, you must run every day. Maybe they join some sort of forums or some sort of groups that are focused on that so they can keep each other accountable. Maybe they're journaling every day, they're scripting, they see themselves crossing the line, they see themselves XYZ. I don't know, right? Oh, thank you for the night star. That was so pretty, VIP Deborah. Thank you for that. And you set the stage, and then it kind of compels you to start to act. And if you can become a really good actress in your own life, I'm not talking going out and acting and manipulating people. I'm talking becoming the actor or actress in your life, then you will absolutely change your reality because your energy has shifted. So if your energy has shifted to this person, your reality has got to shift to accommodate your new energy. That's just how it works. It has to. That is the laws of the universe. It must, right? It must. So you're not trying to move the mountain. You are redefining your energy in a way that the mountain is no longer an issue for you. There is no mountain. It has disappeared fully, completely. Okay? And anybody can do it, right? Anybody can do it. So I would say, are you currently fighting against your physical reality in some way? And if you are fighting against your current physical reality, when I mean fighting, you're pushing up against it, you're resisting, there's constant turmoil and chaos and all those things, then I would ask you to release yourself as much as you can from the physical, set a new stage, put yourself on the stage as the main character, as the leading actor or actress, as a VIP, and start acting in a different way. Because when you start to act in a different way, your environment must adjust. So people say, well, I'm stuck in this environment, I'm stuck in this environment. And I'm like, well, you're so stuck in your environment that you're acting the same way every single day in your environment, and you're basically copying and pasting, copying and pasting, copying and pasting. It's like reading the same last page of a story, hoping that it will change. When we were little, there was a series Goosebumps, right? And I feel like you could change the ending of the story. You could pick one of the endings. Does anybody remember that? Is that just me? Is that a real thing? Anybody? Millennial? Anybody? Right? So rather than say, well, this is my environment, this is how I must act in it. No, that is your environment having control over you. You are in charge of your environment. So the environment is what it is. Let it be what it is for now. Start acting in a different way, more empowered, more confident, more brave, more courageous, more high vibrational, happier, whatever. Don't let the environment dictate you, because if you do, you are fighting against your current reality. You are living too much in the physical. Pedal and Pose LLC, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. So true. Thank you for that. VIP Deborah says, I remember that I used to buy the books for the girls. They did have different endings. Moon Shadow Queen. Thank you for that. Lisa says, VIP Lisa says, I remember, and I use Goosebumps analogy as well. Oh, really? Interesting. That is so funny. Good confirmation. I just thought of it in my brain. I was like, wait. So turn the page and make it a new page. Like, the current location I live in, not exactly my favorite city by any means. Would I choose to come back? Probably not. I don't know. But I know that right now I'm admiring what it is because it's safe, it's calm, and it's so few things to do that I have no distractions, so I can really focus in on building out my business, building out Lindsay's empire, right? So it's serving a really powerful purpose for me. Powerful purpose. So I still find gratitude in it. But if I couldn't rewrite the story, then I would just say, this is the most boring city. I hate living here. Oh, wah, 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 right? Wah, wah, wah. But that's not what we're about here, because we're creating our reality. We choose our narrative. VIP Lisa says, amen to that. VIP Deborah says, it's almost like they were telling us back then, you can make your life what you want. You can change it. Exactly. Guided by Luna, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. VIP Lisa says, we can imagine anything we want into our realities. Amen to that. Samantha says, okay, Miss Sony Queen, I have that towel set. I have the towel set too to match my robe. Yeah, I am that person. My partner has the blue and light blue and sand and brown colored one. So yeah. Pedal and Pose says, I'm changing my business goals to fit my lifestyle. There you go. So what you do, Pedal and Pose, is you create the lifestyle. So the business goals must match, right? So take my business, for example, one more time. I started off the business working one-on-one with people. I still do. I love it. I love helping people one-on-one, but I've also started a community. Why? Because I can reach more people all at once. And then there's the power of the community, which is this cohesive synergy, this energy that is constantly transcending. It's super powerful. But one-on-one I love too. But I can affect and help more people in a group, right? So you start in the one-on-one. I was writing so many different reports. I was writing reports day and night, on the weekends, all the time. And then I was like, whoa, this is crazy town. Something's got to give. So I made it one report. You have one choice. You either get all of it or you get none of it. And you pay a substantial price. And I give myself 30 business days. So I've just loosened up my whole calendar, right? One report, I know exactly how to write it. It's kind of monotonous in a sense, but of course not, because holy cow, the report I just wrote for this person, geez Louise, I was like, you are very powerful. The whole report could have just said you are very powerful, and I could have just ended it at that. Holy cow, this person, powerful. I was like, you are the next like brilliant, like Einstein type energy. It's just like crazy town. But anyway, one report, so I loosened it up, right? And then I told the universe, I like this money, but can we shift it to passive income? Boom, I started getting paid a crap ton of money for my really good videos on TikTok. So instantly it shifted. So how, like, tell the universe, like, this is the lifestyle, I'm gonna act in it, I expect my reality to shift. And welcome to the chat, thank you for the follow. VIP Aaron says, I haven't heard you say so few things to do before. That's a great spin to build your empire. Did I just say that? I don't know. Shifting away from plants and focusing on meditation and yoga. You're an inspiration. Well, thank you for that. Thanks for being here. Keep going. Oh, thank you for that. I feel like a warrior princess, VIP Jules. How nice. Petal and Post says, I'd like to have enough followers to go live and do yoga on the weekends for myself and others. Well, you can do it. Declare it out to the universe. Declare it out to the universe right now. I have so many followers that I get to go live every single weekend and give out meditations and yoga. I offer live yoga and meditation sessions every single weekend because I have so many followers. I have so many followers that I get to share my gifts with people on the weekends live. Just declare it out. Tell the universe, right? You are a warrior princess, VIP Jewel says. VIP Lisa says, call it into your reality. Amen to that. Okay. So, I told you about the salad girl. And then, okay, so I went to yoga, right? I go to yoga, you guys, on Sunday. And as I'm lying on the mat in one of the savasanas thinking, this shit is hard. It's hard. Everything is easy for me, but this is hard. Why? Well, I don't know. I'm not going to make excuses, but I have one earth sign in my entire chart. One earth placement, you guys. One. People with very little earth in their chart are very disconnected from their bodies. Like, doing physical things for me feels like, I mean, I love it. I like to walk. I like to get my steps in, but like anything past that, like I don't want to do it. Like HIIT, don't want to do it. Bar, hot bar, definitely do not want to do it. Soul Cycle, did it twice, never again. Don't want to do it. So going to Bikram yoga, well, it's still really hard because it's super hot, but I'm just kind of holding my body in different shapes and trying to breathe and stretch. So I can kind of reframe that, but anything past that is very challenging for me. So I'm lying on the mat and I'm thinking, this is not easy. And then in my mind I thought, but it always becomes easier. It's interesting, right? It's always hard, but it becomes easier every time I go. Maybe because I know the routine, I know what to expect, I'm training my mind, I'm breathing through it, I'm getting deeper in the poses, I can see things changing, right? And I'm lying there and like 10 minutes later, the yoga instructor says the exact same words. The exact same words. And I'm like, all right, like confirmed, this is where I'm supposed to be, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, like thank you God, Source, Universe, Creator. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, whoa. We're on the same frequency, yoga instructor. She reminds me of my sister. I think she's a Virgo. Let's see though. One more than me, VIP Erin says, you can have some of mine, LOL. Wait, Earth charts. Yeah, no kidding. Earth in your chart? Jeez, it's like... VIP Jewel says, I'd share if I could. I have nothing but earth for the most part. Oh my gosh. The hot makes us sweat, so it plays to our water. Ah, there we go. That's a good way of looking at it, VIP Erin. I'm over it now because now I'm a yoga girl on Sundays, right? So now it's just part of who I am. And whether it's hard or easy, like I don't judge my sessions. It's not worth it anyway. My energy's always different. You guys know, right? Yoga is like, that's kind of one of the best parts about hot yoga or yoga in general is like, if you have to for like half the thing, you can just lie on your mat and you're like there in the energy. Now, like I would push myself a little bit harder than that, but if I had to, they say don't leave the room unless you're gonna vomit. So it's like if you have to just lie down for half the session, like that's what you do. And then it's like a sauna session. A smelly one, but whatever, right? I love the breathing and grounding of it all. Petal and Post says, she's gonna become your fave instructor soon. Yeah, she already almost is. The only reason I was annoyed with, I liked her the first time. This is my third time with her. The first time I liked her because she didn't talk a lot. The second time, or as much. The second time, I was annoyed because I was on the opposite side of the room that I normally am, which is the opposite side, not by the door. And she did not open the door one time. And I was like, literally thought I was gonna pass out. This time, she did open the door a couple of times. I was still on the opposite side, but for whatever reason, it wasn't as hard. But it becomes easier and easier, right? Any hard thing you do could always just be a little bit hard, but every time you do it, it becomes easier and easier, and then pretty soon you're like, kind of like weirdly liking the hard thing. And you're like, well, how did I get here? Like, why do I like this? This is a weird form of torture. Anyway, so that's that. that's my weekend, you guys. It was full of very interesting experiences. The last thing I'll share is I'm finishing a report today. I just have to proofread it with fresh eyes. I finished writing it on Saturday morning. Sunday, I did not do work on the report. And last night I was sitting at dinner and I was thinking to myself on Saturday, I should just spend another hour and read this report. But I also thought to myself, it's the weekend and I really want to just enjoy myself. And I don't like to proofread right after I wrote because I feel like my mind sometimes plays tricks on me, and the information is very complex for his report because he has intercepted signs, and those take me a little bit of time. Like, I really want to go back in and like re-review. And so I said, no, I'll do it on Monday with fresh eyes. And then last night, right before dinner, I got an email from the guy, and he was like, could you please let me know when my report is coming to me? And I was like, Lindsay, should have just done it. But I was like, you know what? No, it's okay. And his intuition was right on. I literally wrote to him. I was like, your intuition is spot on. I'm sending you the report tomorrow. And he was like, thank you. And I was like, you're welcome. Do I use Zoom for my private collective? Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I use Zoom, and we're also on Discord, our community. You guys, I would like to read to you something very empowering that I read this morning, and it blew my mind. I always like to notice, if anyone has a Kindle, you know, you can put your notes, and you can see how many people have also highlighted what you've highlighted. I always like to see like what I find intriguing to highlight versus what other people highlight. I don't know why, but nobody highlighted this information, and I was like, this is so freaking powerful. So maybe I'll start like a highlighting trend, and other people that read this book will perhaps decide to highlight. This is from the book The Teachings of Don Juan, written by somebody Castaneda. It's a series. The reason I started reading, Carlos Castaneda, the reason I started reading this book is because I was reading a different book that referenced this series, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I should read it too. It says, especially, this is for you if you are not sure if you're on the right path, or if you have multiple paths, but you're not sure which one to take. So hear with your ears, listen with the body, tap in, maybe close the eyes. It's about a couple of paragraphs, so I'm going to read it all to you. It says, anything is one of a million paths. Therefore, you must always keep in mind that a path is only a path. If you feel you should not follow it, you must not stay with it under any conditions. To have such clarity, you must lead a disciplined life. Only then will you know that any path is only a path, and there is no affront to oneself or to others in dropping it if that is what your heart tells you to do. But your decision to keep on the path or to leave it must be free of fear or ambition. I warn you, look at every path closely and deliberately. Try it as many times as you think necessary, then ask yourself, and yourself alone, one question. This question is one that only a very old man asks. My benefactor told me about it once when I was young, and my blood was too vigorous for me to understand it. Now I do understand it. I will tell you what it is. Does this path have a heart? If it does, the path is good. If it doesn't, it is of no use. Both paths lead nowhere, but one has a heart, the other doesn't. One makes for a joyful journey. As long as you follow it, you are one with it. The other will make you curse your life. One makes you strong, the other weakens you. Why, like, those words make me want to cry a little bit. That is so freaking powerful. So freaking powerful. I read that this morning. I was like, oh, hell yeah. Wow. Yeah, I have chills too. Like, I want to cry. Like, I literally have like little tears swelling in my eyes. I don't know why. Like, that to me, that's like one of the most like profound things I've read in a very long time. And you guys know I study this material, so I study and I study and I study, and sometimes I feel like I'm just like rereading shit I've already read over and over, but that, I was like, wow, that could help a lot of people. Should I read it one more time? VIP Jewel says, ooh, chills. VIP Deborah says, mind blown. Mind blown. Yes, VIP Deborah says. All right, maybe this time, if you had your eyes open and you were watching me read, good morning, Tony. Katie's in the house. Katie says yes. VIP Brenda says yes. Okay, if you were listening to me read or watching me with your eyes open, maybe this time you set an intention, you close your eyes, You might even get an answer. You could ask, am I on the right path? What a beautiful question for this moment. Remember, they said it's your question to you alone. Nobody can answer it for you. You know in your heart. So we'll close the eyes. VIP Deborah says breathe. We'll breathe in through the nose, belly nice and full. A little bit more. Let it go. Maybe you want to put one hand on your solar plexus, on your belly, one hand on your heart chakra. You might want to ask your intuition, am I on the right path? We're going to start again. Hear with your ears, listen with your body. Hear with your ears, listen with your body. Anything is one of a million paths. Therefore, you must always keep in mind that a path is only a path. If you feel you should not follow it, you must not stay with it under any circumstances. To have such clarity, you must lead a disciplined life. Only then will you know that any path is only a path, and there is no affront to oneself or to others in dropping it if that is what your heart tells you to do. But your decision to keep on the path or to leave it must be free of fear or ambition. I warn you, look at every path closely and deliberately. Try it as many times as you think necessary. Then ask yourself, and yourself alone, one question. This question is one that only a very old man asks. My benefactor told me about it once when I was young, and my blood was too vigorous for me to understand it. Now I do understand it. I will tell you what it is. Does this path have a heart? If it does, the path is good. If it doesn't, it is of no use. Both paths lead nowhere, but one has a heart, the other doesn't. One makes for a joyful journey. As long as you follow it, you are one with it. The other will make you curse your life. One makes you strong, the other weakens you. My heart. Thank you for the follow, Sarah. Welcome to the show, VIP Jamie. VIP Jewel says, I heard keep going, so I take that as confirmation of a correct path. I do too. Yeah, keep going, of course. That's definitely confirmation. I mean, I think it's really telling, right? I think about my first business, the one where I saw dollar signs in a white space in the market with gardening, not the kind of gardening where you plant flowers, but the other type that I can't say on TikTok. And it was not my heart. I was like, yeah, this is a nice recreational thing to do once in a while, which I do not do anymore because I just don't. But back then, once in a while, and I thought to myself, why don't I create these really amazing accessories to go with this activity that are discreet and smell proof and waterproof. So it's a vibe, right? But of course, the reason that the path just was awful and not healthy and not fun was because it didn't have a heart. My heart wasn't in it. I was just trying to make money, right? I was just trying to make money. So boom, right there, easy peasy. When I read that, I was like, wow, super powerful. VIP Jamie says, I'm reading a book that says goals are set in two ways, out of desperation and inspiration. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, I could see that. Inspiration puts out abundant energy. Yeah, of course, and desperation just repels it. Yeah. Two sides of every coin, right? Two sides of every coin. Does your path have a heart? Did anybody else get an answer they want to share? VIP Deborah says, and bam, there it is. As I said that in my brain, you said, and boom, two to make it true. Two to make it true. Yeah. Desperate energy repels. Everybody knows that. That's why the law of detachment or understanding to detach is so important when it comes to manifesting. You don't have to be so clinging to the physical thing. We just talked about it earlier in the show. Why? Because you know the physical thing must come as you embody the version of yourself that has the physical thing. So don't attach to that physical thing. Just become the version of yourself that has it. And boom, now you have it, right? And you're sending out high vibe energy instead of desperate energy, which is that clinging energy. Clinging energy, anytime you send out clinging energy, you're always going to lose it. Like that thing is gonna eventually go away because nothing is permanent anyway, right? That's a big part of the law of detachment is nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. The nature tells us so, right? So the more you cling on to something so desperately, so tightly, it's like the faster it's gonna slip out of the fingers. It's almost like this weird, missed it, glitched. Oh no, VIP Catherine. Petals and Pose says, I have a heart and I've been exploring what I need. I love that. Missed it, VIP Catherine says, glitched. What did you miss? All of it? Oh my gosh, if you missed all of it, that's like, boom. Mine was keep going, VIP Deborah, keep going. You got this. Of course, for you, of course, yeah. You're doing something way out of the goodness of your heart, so. I also think it's a powerful message because it's like, if you are somebody that's in business, like you're not really in business. You are providing value. Like you're bringing value and love to the world in some way, right? Whether it's through a product or a service, whatever. So I don't even think of myself really as a business person. I think like I'm bringing like love. I'm bringing knowledge to whoever wants to listen, really. I mean, to whoever, right? So you think about it like that, and then it's like you give the value, receive the value, give the value, receive the value, and it's just this cyclical giving and receiving. It's really beautiful. VIP Catherine, did you miss the whole thing? Because I feel like if you did, we should do it one more time, honestly, because it's so powerful. Or you can catch it on replay on YouTube. You guys, I'm so excited for my new idea. Holy cow. I already have one thing completely ready to go. VIP Deborah says, if your heart is in your business, then that's a signature of you and it will thrive with whatever you do. VIP Aaron says, heard nothing. Brain is tornadoing today and already meditated and journaled today. Well, that's okay. You don't have to necessarily, it's not always a hearing, right? Some people are clairaudient, so they hear. But maybe your heart started pounding a little bit more in that moment. Or maybe you had this sense of like, just like ease in that moment. Or maybe your solar plexus did a little bit of a loop-the-loop, right? Like, ooh, that's exciting in that moment. It's not always, like, not everybody is clairaudient. Everybody is technically clairaudient, but everyone has stronger clairs than others, right? Like, my number one is clairaudience. I hear everything. And my weakest one I would say is clairvoyance. Like, I have a hard time seeing. But I can hear it, so I don't really need to see it because I hear it. It just comes in my brain, right? Whatever you need in life, yes, but I can rewatch it. Okay. VIP Deborah says, whatever you need in life. VIP Aaron says, it was even hard to focus, struggling to quiet enough. Okay, well, that's okay. Not today, then. Tomorrow. All right, you guys, let's manifest and get on the energetic wave because it's already 10 o'clock. Oh. It's funny in the mornings that I don't think there's mornings where I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? That was this morning. I was like, what am I going to talk about today? And then as I was getting ready, it was like coming through. And then it's like funny because it's like the days I don't think I'm going to have enough like content for an hour are the days that I usually go longer. Go figure. You just got to trust yourself and your intuition. All right. Sing it, girl. Let's get our pens out. For those of you that are interested in spending more time with me than just on TikTok, watching my YouTube videos and watching my TikToks, then join the Cosmic Collective. It's $49 a month. And inside you will receive almost, to this point, almost a year's worth of spiritual lessons. You guys, holy cow, how amazing. You receive group energy healing, 2 spiritual Q&As each month. One is more lesson focused. Let's move our lives along. One is more support focused. Where are you stuck? Do you need help? We need to vent it out, whatever it is. What else, you guys? And a really powerful Discord community of super powerful manifesting women. You know we can always woo away. Yeah, that's true, VIP Aaron. That's true. Petal and Post says, I definitely need to attract the right crowd as a woman with yoga, being vulnerable. Put out the energy that you wish to receive back. If you want a certain audience, then put out that energy, right? So if you don't want to attract the male gaze, then maybe you are doing like sweatshirt yoga, right? So there's certain things you can do that will attract the audience that you desire. Don't worry about that. VIP Jamie says, I feel that. I haven't been able to meditate well in days. You guys, there is some stuck energy in the sky. By the way, I started my weekly horoscope videos. I posted the first one last night. The final one will be posted tonight at around 7 p.m. So check it out. Everyone is experiencing what's called a T-square in the sky. It's happening this entire week. And the sun is stuck Oh no, the sun, your confidence, your personal power, how you shine brightest is stuck. Womp womp. We don't want that to happen, okay? We don't want that to happen. It's a very fixed type of energy. It's like a like pushing against the grind. So please watch for your rising sign if you know it. If you don't, watch for your sun and your moon. And go watch those videos because it will help you understand how to get unstuck. Okay? How to get unstuck. All right, let's write it out. What do you desire? Step 1, Dr. James Doty says we manifest in our physical bodies. Our physical body changes by manifesting. If you're interested in an astrology report from me, go to my website, lindsaywithlove.com. It's number one, and you can get your entire report. The last one I wrote, today's report that I wrote is 53 pages long. 53 freaking pages all about you. And I have no reports in my queue because I'm going to send this one out today. So please go and do that if you'd like. Once you know your most powerful energy, imagine like what you can actually do. Because then you're not pushing against anything. You're like, okay, this is my blueprint. This is what I came into this life to do. So I'm going to find a way to do it based on my blueprint. And then my whole life is going to expand. That's what I did. That's what happened for me. It was crazy town. Okay, step 1, write out what it is you desire. I vividly see. Dr. James Doty doesn't tell you this, but Lindsay does. Put in your senses. Why? You're setting the stage. You're setting the stage right now. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. Set your stage by putting in your senses. I vividly see. What do you see? I vividly see myself as a paid YouTuber. Some people say that's very selfish of you, Lindsay, and I would say if I'm a paid YouTube account, that means I have 1,000 subscribers learning energy, learning astrology, learning subconscious reprogramming, and creating a better life for themselves. Okay, so now we're on the same page there. I vividly see myself as a paid YouTuber. And I feel, what do you feel? I feel so freaking proud that so many people are healing and manifesting their best lives with my help. That's it. Step 2, read it silently. Step 3, read it out loud. So please do that now. Annette, welcome to the show. Thank you for the follow. VIP Jamie says signage is important. A big sign that says men. No. VIP Jewel says, yeah, I was definitely feeling that yesterday. Better today though. Just tired. My break time walk will snap me the rest of the way out of it. And when it changes, it's okay. Growing is scary. Send the popular vote. Thank you guys for the gifts. I think growing is exciting because it means you're doing something that you really want to do. I think it's really exciting. Life is an adventure. Sarah says, confirmation, where you stand deciding is your path. And like you said earlier, will you perceive heart in it? Chills, isn't that just amazing? VIP Deborah says, yeah, Sarah. It's just such a powerful two paragraphs in that book. I was like, nobody highlighted it. I was like, whoa, I'll be the first. I'll start the trend, the highlight trend, because wow. The thing about those paragraphs is if you're reading it just by thinking physically, like I'm walking down a path, it doesn't really resonate. When you think of it, what it means energetically, it hits your heart and you're like, holy cow. That I live my life energetically. I don't live it physically. When I'm reading about that path, I'm not like, oh, I can go to the left or I can go to the right. No, I'm like, okay, I'm creating. I'm on this creative path. What's opening up for me? Do I have my heart in it, right? So did you read it silently? Did you read it out loud? Do that. Step 4 is we're going to, Dr. James Doty says visualize, but I say we're going to act out a scene. You are not visualizing anything. You're acting out a scene. You just wrote down your scene. For me, my scene is I'm a paid YouTuber. I'm going to act out my partner coming home, me holding my little dog, greeting him at the door, giving him a kiss, sitting down and being like, today is a day that I am a paid YouTuber and I'm going to tell him my good news. And I'm acting it out the whole way, which means I'm not watching it, I'm in it. So close your eyes. To make it true, VIP Jewel says, I just wrote the word gratitude 2 extra times in my manifestation. Go on, my friend. All right. Hands on the heart. We're going to breathe into the front of the heart chakra, opening it big, 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 wide, 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 touching the central sun with this heart chakra energy, breathing through the nose. On the exhale through the nose, through the heart, moving the energy through the heart, we're going to breathe it out. Breathing into the heart chakra, the color white, pink, or green, pick one. Your physical body is white, pink, or green. Your aura is white, pink, or green. It touches the central sun, and on the exhale, You bring that energy from the central sun. You let the energy out of the front of the heart chakra. Little dust bunnies go with it. That is the friction or tension in your body. If you have any, maybe you don't. Maybe you feel in alignment, and that's great too. One more time, breathing into the front of the heart chakra. Expanding it out. You are so big. You touch the central sun with your aura. That's how powerful you are. You're always connected. On the exhale, through the heart space, you let it all go. Bringing your awareness and your attention to the back of your heart chakra. You pick the same color this time. Breathing in. Expanding the energy out. It's kind of the back of the shoulder blades. Big, big, big. Wide, wide, wide on the exhale. Letting the energy out of the back of the shoulder blades. Breathing in. Opening up the back of the heart chakra. On the exhale, closing down. Maybe you feel some tingling, some sensation. You're letting energy go out of the back of the body. One more time on your own. And letting it go. This is called heart breathing. There is tons of scientific studies and research done. It's heartmathinstitute.org if you want to learn about it. It is real. They can measure your aura and the energy that your heart puts out up to 10 feet, I want to say. It's super crazy, powerful information. Just knowing it, just knowing that should tell you that what we just did was super powerful for your energy today, okay? And now you're acting out the scene. So I'm going to be quiet. I just told you what I'm acting out. You act out too. Move your body, do what you have to do. I'm going to do mine now. And when you're done, you open your eyes. It's not that hard to do. VIP Brenda says, acting works out for me. I usually struggle with visualizing things. Yeah, most people do. Most people think that visualizing means to conjure up some sort of image, but visualizing is like, you can do it as memory recall. That is the way that Dolores Cannon does it. It's like memory recall. It's a little bit different. Are you interested in becoming the next member of the Cosmic Collective? Instantaneously, you become part of a very powerful group, a community. You get instant access to 10 months. I think it's 10 months worth of spiritual lessons. We're in the middle of month 2, 6-month transformation, by the way. We're in the middle of month 2. So you could jump in and start transforming your life in the next 4.5 months as well. This is kind of like a side thing we're doing as a community. Some people are doing, some people are opting out. It's your own decision. It's your life, right? But you're going to blast through your fears. You're going to become more empowered. You're going to realize how freaking worthy and valuable you are. You're going to find your voice inside of that space. You're going to tap into your creativity. And some way, somehow, your life is going to change. Now, most people want health, wealth, and love. Health, wealth, love. Health, wealth, love. I don't know what it is for you, but you could get any single one of those inside. Or all three. It's up to you. Right? It's up to you. All right, let's get on the energetic wave. I hope you guys had a nice little moment of acting out your best lives. Now, take that and take it into the rest of the day. Anytime you're in a moment of kind of daydreaming or you want to take a break, rather than take a break from just looking away from your computer and scrolling on TikTok, take a break and close your eyes and act out your scene and do it and do it and do it. And you got this, right? Healthy, wealthy, and wise. Go on, pedal, and pose. All right, let's get on the energetic wave. Closing the eyes. Deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Letting it go. One more deep breath in. Letting it go. Maybe you think of that thing that you are creating, but you're not thinking it in the physical form. You are thinking of yourself with it in your reality, which means you've embodied a new version of you. So maybe you're thinking of the new version of you, and you're going to spend the entire day acting out that version of you, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, until eventually that is you. It is you. It does not take that long. Maybe a few times, a few days in a row. Could take 5 days, could take 2 days, depends on what it is, right? Maybe you're thinking of something you're ready to let go of. Maybe you're thinking of, oh, now that I know that the astrology this week is a little bit of stuck energy, I'll go listen to my rising video and listen to Lindsay, and she'll give me advice on how to get unstuck so that I can move this powerful energy in the sky. reminding yourselves that astrology is simply an awareness tool. It's energetic potential, but we've got to use that potential, which means taking action in some way in our lives. All right, putting one hand on the solar plexus, one hand on the heart chakra. Repeating these words out loud if you can, only silently if you must. The words you speak have serious power. So say them with conviction from your solar plexus and love and intention from your heart space. The universe requires direct, clear, concise programming. It wants you to speak clearly, directly, specifically to it so it can start working for you. The same way you speak to your subconscious mind. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong and I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. And why did I do it? Because I am worthy and deserving of it. And you take this thought, this feeling, this vision, this idea, this person that you are embodying, you breathe this energy up, 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 up the chakra system, giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator, out of the crown, the top of your head, big, 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 wide, 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 touch the central sun with it. And on the exhale, you're bringing the vision down, the faith, the trust, the all-knowing. You know you can do it. You're on your way to it. There's no point in looking back. Stay forward, cementing it into the root chakra at the base of the spine in a clockwise fashion. Really good, you guys. One more time, I'm doing it with you, breathing in, holding it at the top, big, big, big. You see what you are doing, you're experiencing, you're experiencing it, you know it, and drop it down, hold the vision, be excited, be patient and excited, trusting and knowing, full of faith, cementing it into the root in a clockwise fashion. One more time. I am strong and I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. We were at dinner yesterday and the lady said, "Can I take a picture of your dog? I want to put her on our website so we can say our patio is dog friendly. She's so cute." Why did I do it? Because I am worthy and deserving of it. Have an amazing day, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed this Monday show. If you did, make sure to follow me up here. I go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to spend more time with my energy so I can help you transform your life, go here to the Cosmic Collective. Typically, I meet somebody, I know exactly what it is they need to work on. That's just how it goes. I have some weird powers in that way. Wildly intuitive. If you want to know your astrology and your exact blueprint for how you're going to create your best reality very easily, then please go to lindsaywithlove.com. You can find more information there. Have a great day, VIP Deborah. Thank you for the heart me, VIP Catherine. Thank you guys for being here, for all the likes. Thank you for the newbies that were here. VIP Jamie, have a great day. All right, guys, goodbye to my YouTubers and goodbye to my TikTokers. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day, Sarah.